Well, let's take a closer look at the terms that Tehran has put forward to end the war. According to Iranian media, Iran has several conditions, including the need for negotiations on lifting U.S. sanctions. It's also calling for an end to the U.S. naval blockade on its ports, and it's demanding the end of the war on all fronts, including guarantees against any renewed attacks. Let's speak to Mostafa Khoshcheshm about this. He's a professor at the University of Applied Sciences in Tehran and is joining us from the Iranian capital. Professor Khoshcheshm, thank you for your time. So, big picture first, with the U.S. rejecting the Iranian proposal, does that mean, from Tehran's perspective, does that close the door to diplomacy, or is it seen as part of a longer negotiation process, perhaps?
Hello, Foley, and thanks for having me. Well, it seems so. As a matter of fact, Iranians always believe that the United States is not serious about the talks. They're just killing time. They mean to earn something in the talks that they couldn't in the war. So the demands by Washington are so unrealistic, especially when Donald Trump himself said that he wants 100% of everything, that it seems impossible, more impossible than ever, to strike a deal. As a matter of fact, Tehran believes that for a person that's not a reliable partner to any kind of negotiation, that has bombed the negotiating table in the past 1 year twice, and that has torn up the JCPOA alongside a dozen more international accords in this term of his presidency and in his first term, Donald Trump is not willing for a deal. And they believe that he just meant to kill the time in order to make some preparations for the resumption of war.
So does this mean then for Iran that the door to negotiations are closed, Professor Khoshcheshm, or is there still a chance that they could find a solution?
Yeah. The door is not closed. Iran has always been present at the negotiating table, and it has never left the negotiations at all. It has been the United States, as I said, that has bombed the negotiating table twice, and it's not willing for serious talks, and they are not engaging in real talks. Okay. The door is not closed, but the door has been closed on the American side. So it seems to us in Tehran that the United States is preparing for a resumption of war in about a week, probably.
Is Tehran also preparing for a resumption of the war?
Well, definitely Tehran has always been prepared for that, especially considering that they never trust the United States, especially Donald Trump and his administration, given the past experience, especially in the last 1 year. So they have always been stressing that their fingers are on the trigger. As you could see in the past 10 days, there have been clashes in the Persian Gulf several times, showing that Iranians are fully prepared in order to, return any kind of attack with full force, as they have warned, including Iran's IRGC Aerospace Force commander, General Mousavi, has warned that the first strike will be responded with massive fire.
We have indeed seen some tensions in the Strait of Hormuz in the last week or so. Tehran, in the proposal, asserts its sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz, including tolls, putting up tolls there. How does it justify doing that under international law? And is it prepared for not just the U.S., but for a global backlash over this particular issue on the Strait of Hormuz?
The main shipping lane goes through Iran's territorial waters, between Iran's the greater Tom Island and Qeshm, and even the return route goes through the Iranian Bu Musa and also the greater Tom Island. So Iran has territorial, position in this regard. Iran has the sovereignty, and it believes that the situation is very dangerous for international shipping. Also, Tehran has every right to cut off any kind of traffic for the ships that are carrying loads for the United States or cargoes for Israel, or coming or going to those states that have been helping, aiding, and abetting the United States and Israel in this war. So, according to international law, Iran is entitled to, stop what we call innocent passage because it goes through its territorial waters. So this is right of sovereignty that Iran is imposing.
There is debate about that, obviously. Thank you so much, Professor Khoshcheshm, for bringing us the view there from the Iranian capital. Thank you for your time. Mostafa Khoshcheshm joining us from Tehran.
Thank you. Thank you very much.